By the time you're watching this video, we are probably a week or two from releasing this, if we haven't already, and we'll have them on the shelves. Hey guys, Matt here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a new product for the Ford F-Series Bedside Rack system. You may remember that back in 2017 when we first released the bedside mounted MOLLE panel system for the F-Series truck. We did that using a rear panel and a front panel, and then the idea was that whatever implements you had, shovel, axe, whatever, would span between the two panels. Part of what led to that is the contour of the Ford bed. Now since then we've released kits for almost all new trucks, and some of those trucks, some of the contours in those beds allow for one continuous panel front to back. So that is what we've been doing as we are able, and the result of that has been all of our Ford friends are asking for the same type of a system. Now again, because of the contour of the bed, it's a little bit hard to make one continuous flat panel without coming way out into the bed. And one of the really important parts of this system for us is that you're maintaining the utility of your truck bed as a truck bed. So what we've created is the bridge panel. This is something we started playing with like 5 years ago, and we kind of just never brought it all the way to the finish line. I just prototyped a really good, clean version of our latest revision. So before we go and install that in the back of this 2024 Raptor, let's show you how we got there. All right, so we are back here in the bed of our 2024 Raptor. We just finished kind of resetting the truck after King of the Hammers. We took our chase rack off. What you see here is two bare bedside rack panels, the rear panel and the front panel. So this is kind of what I just described as our traditional F-Series kit. And then we got these two ribs here, and these ribs stick out all the way to the plastic trim here on the bed cap. And so this is why it's hard to make one flat panel, which is what led to what we're calling the bridge panel. I got one right here. I haven't done a test fit yet, so we're about to do that. Real quick, I'll note too that this is a short bed truck. We've got the same panel design for a standard length bed as well. And for you 8-foot Super Duty guys, we're working on something there too. So let's check it out. All right, so obviously what we've got here is the panel. Now I added a nice contour here. I'm hoping this looks really nice and sleek on the passenger side. The drawback to that is that this panel would be unique to each side of the vehicle. So as long as that looks great, we're willing to do that. As far as hardware goes, what we'll have in a production part is we'll press hardware into these 5 mounting points here. Just for the sake of a quick prototype, I'm just going to use some nuts on the backside, along with 1/4-20 button head fasteners on the front. Each of these holes is going to line up theoretically with a slot in the panel, so it's all going to look really nice and sleek. So basically I'm going to hold it up on the front here just to kind of eyeball it. Looks like I didn't screw it up too severely. I left this panel loose, so I'm gonna back these out even further so I can pull it away from the bed. This is the part that's made much easier by pressed-in hardware. So you guys obviously will not have to fish a nut back here with production parts, because we'll have pressed-in hardware like we usually do. Perfect. All right, so things are lining up nicely. I've got things pretty straight. I'm gonna go ahead and cinch down the bridge panel before I tighten up these fasteners on the rear panel. All right, 5 fasteners, that's easy. So panel is in, everything fit perfectly, which is not a huge surprise. I think it looks great. I think that the contour here around the wheel well is possibly not super important from a functional standpoint, but I think it looks nice, and that is something that we really consider. So I think it's worth doing a separate panel for driver and passenger side to kind of have that feature and have a full kind of one continuous panel. Other than that, it fits really nicely. We clear these ribs here by about 1/4 of an inch, which is just enough to use a MOLLE nut. We could go tighter to get the panel closer to flush, but then you lose the ability to mount anything where those ribs are, and that feels wasteful. So I'm pretty comfortable with where this is at right now. We'll do the driver's side next, just to kind of verify, get some product photos. We'll prototype the standard length bed ones and probably get those out to somebody that we've got locally that has a standard length truck and get these wrapped up. So by the time you're watching this video, we are probably a week or two from releasing this, if we haven't already, and we'll have them on the shelves. So check out the link in the description. If you have questions, comments, feedback, find us in the comments, give us a call, shoot us an email. Catch you next time.